Hey fragrance lovers and enthusiasts, welcome back. It's Benjamin here at the Centaur Fragrance Channel coming back at you with another fragrance review. So today it's going to be Bentley Azure. Yes, Bentley for him, Azure, which means blue. And let's mention the bottle real quick before we jump into this juice. And trust me, y'all are going to want to stick tuned for that. This is a gradient bottle. As you can see, it's blue down here and it gradually becomes more clear. And I really like the bottle. I think it's really beautiful. Presentation is very secondary to the fragrance. What matters is the juice once again. But I mean, we got to talk about this. For a designer fragrance, for how this looks, this is actually a really stellar presentation. And let's look at the sprayer too. That's a nice spray overall. So this fragrance is not what you're expecting. You might be looking at the bottle, you might see the blue gradient, you might hear Azure, which means blue. So you're like, okay, it might be aquatic or something like clear and transparent and ozonic because of the clear, and it might have a little bit of that shampoo vibe like Sauvage or Bleu de Chanel. You might get excited about this one. This fragrance is its own creation. It's a little bit different. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's unique, but this fragrance is like a sour, woody marine fragrance, if that makes sense. Let me explain. So with the marine type of vibe, there's not a lot of salt to speak of, and there's really no seaweed and other oceanic or ocean kind of vibes with this fragrance. The sour kind of wood vibe really comes through in a big way. This sour woody vibe can remind you of incense perhaps, or even Palo Santo, which is a very interesting wood. It's often called Gaiac wood, which is incense, and it's a sour wood. It's called holy wood. Often comes from like Paraguay and places down there in Brazil. Anyways, this fragrance is, I think, more of a mature aquatic fragrance. I think it's more for a gentleman or somebody who wants more of like a calm, a mature, maybe a sophisticated aquatic fragrance. Maybe it's trying to go in that direction, but I don't feel like this fragrance is very classy. This is kind of the antithesis or the opposite of things like Invictus by Paco Rabanne, where Invictus is very bubblegummy and playful and very sweet. This fragrance is very sour and almost woody and doesn't change a lot of its composition and certainly is a little bit more subtle. So this fragrance is, in my opinion, more for a mature guy. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, but just don't blind buy into this fragrance thinking that this is a mass appealing fragrance. I think that this one's a little bit more mature. Let's talk about the performance though. With the performance, I get anywhere from 4 to 5 hours, if you're lucky, maybe 6. This is not a strong performer, but it is a little bit of a distinct smell, so people can pick up on it a little bit more than you would think, with it being more of an aquatic fragrance, which, let's be honest, a lot of the time those don't smell unique, but the average person on the street, they still smell darn good, and you're going to get compliments most of the time with your aquatic fragrances more than any other fragrance probably that you could probably wear. So this fragrance gives me decent projection, average, maybe slightly below average, and the sillage is just okay. So the performance here is maybe slightly below average. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Compliment factor wise, I talked about this being a more of a mature aquatic, and I stand by that. This fragrance is perfect for the office. It's perfectly inoffensive. It's very safe. It's very easy to wear. I have a whole lot of it sprayed on my arm here. And honestly, the aquatic vibes even go away from the fragrance, and I get more of that sour white or like blonde wood kind of smell coming through mostly. So I think that you have to like woody fragrances are very safe. If maybe you've always wanted a woody fragrance, but you want it to be very safe and inoffensive, perfect for all year wear, 24/7, very versatile. You might like this. This easily could be blended with other aquatics because it's a little bit more linear, because it's just more of that sour woody smell. Compliment factor wise, people thought it was decent. People always like aquatics and fresh things, but they didn't think it was that interesting. And people really didn't give me compliments, but people thought it smelled decent. This fragrance isn't fun. It's not playful. If you're a younger guy, you're gonna have a lot better results and be a lot happier with the performance and the smell of Sauvage EDT and Victus by Paco Rabanne. Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramall. This is more, I think, for office wear from somebody who doesn't want to stand out, for somebody who really doesn't want to make a big show. grab it. There's somebody who doesn't really want the attention, but wants to smell nice, wants to smell presentable, and wants to put a good foot forward, but really doesn't want to assert themselves in an office environment. I think that this is a little bit of a shy fragrance, honestly. Um, and it's not bad, but it certainly is not my vibe. It for me. I am kind of getting towards more niche fragrances. This is a designer fragrance. The quality is decent, but the smell isn't great. The quality is a little bit more average. I do like the presentation. I do think Bentley puts out solid fragrances for discounted prices for 30 or 35 odd dollars. A lot of them are worth it, but this one I'm not going to recommend it. I'm going to recommend this fragrance to guys who like really woody fragrances, who want a super fresh, versatile woody fragrance, and they're just addicts of woody fragrances, and they got to have them for first, everyday situations. This I think will make you happy. Maybe you really like incense fragrances. This fragrance reminds me again of incense at times, and you want something that's highly versatile for 24/7, something for the summer, something for the heat, and you like incense. This also might be really nice. I also would recommend this to, again, for guys who work at the office, who work in business, who don't want to really shout, who really don't want to beg for attention, demand attention, and they want to be careful with their fragrance, and also maybe a little bit professional, but not overtly classy. So it's definitely not. This fragrance is not making any bold statements. It's not asserting itself, but it could be good if you're trying to be, very safe but yet professional. I do think that this is a little bit more of a mature man's Aquatic, 25 plus, maybe 30 plus, and I do think that. This fragrance is not going to, again, work for the younger men out there. Anyways, if you like Aqua Di Gio Essenza, I think that this fragrance is a distant cousin to it. Aqua Di Gio Essenza is extremely expensive and hard to get. This fragrance doesn't perform anywhere near Aqua Di Gio Essenza, and I don't think it smells anywhere near as good. But if you're on a budget, maybe this fragrance looks good. Maybe you like the presentation. Maybe you're not so picky about fragrances as I am. I think that if you are hurting and really wanting your Aqua Di Gio Essenza, that you might just find this one very nice, and you might be interested in this fragrance just because this is an alternative, I think, to Aqua Di Gio Essenza. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up. Let me know, does this fragrance sound interesting to you? Does it sound good? I tried to be neutral. I tried to give my opinions at the end. Honestly, I'm not going to wear this fragrance. This is going to be given away. Thank you to his and hers fragrance reviews for sending this my way as a gift. I won his giveaway, and it was very generous of him. But I can see maybe why this wasn't a love for him either. This is not. This is just a fragrance that I think is going to be a miss for a lot of people. This is not a big win. This is not a big love. And check out this fragrance. Anyways, I'll see you next time, my friends. Let me know, do you like this fragrance? Have you heard of it? Have you tried it? Does it sound good? If you're expecting something bright and citrusy, this is not it. If you're expecting clean shampoo vibes, this is not it. If you're expecting more of an ambroxan fragrance, I don't think that you're really gonna go for this either. So I'll see you next time, my friends. I'll see you. Again, help me down below, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video, and I'll see you next time, my friends. Peace out. Wear what you love and rock what you got. And peace out, everybody. Bye.